This year, ROM decided to also take part in a fun holiday theme called Geek Pride Day. May 25th is a celebration of all the geeky things we enjoy. Anime, fantasy, science fiction, and of course, video games. For Ragnarok Mobile, I thought it might be fun to celebrate by dressing up my character.
Nesi, you always play dress up.
Yeah, I know. But I mean dressing up in styles and looking like other characters from various media. This is called cosplay. Cosplay stands for costume play, and is a hobby and form of fan or artistic expression where people portray their favorite characters. You might see this done at conventions, cosplay meetups, photo shoots, or maybe you've even seen them shared across social media. This is sometimes seen as a way to share their love of the characters or title that they are from. It's like a very fancy fan art for craftsmen. Plus, it's just fun. So this month, I have my cosplay quiz set up to challenge all of you. Who am I portraying in these photos? I'll place the hints and dress up parts here in this video that you can come back and reference at any time. This one is a bit more of a challenge, but if people suggest media or characters that I do also closely resemble, I will definitely take them into consideration for prizing out. So, what are we waiting for? Let's start dressing up. I was trying to think of how to have a dorm costume. I was trying to think of one character that I could probably throw in here. I think I already have a big hint already on this, although it's a bit different compared to the final photo already. I was trying to find other references for this character because, at least for me, I'm not particularly well versed in this title, actually. So I'm not an expert on this title in particular. So I had to look up some Google images to try and take a peek at what I could put together for this one. I think the most challenging part was trying to pick what exactly to wear for the costume part, because there isn't really a costume that closely resembles this character spot on. It's not meant to be an exact one-to-one. For this one in particular, I had actually decided I was actually going to change my hair color. So after I did that, I did my posing on the boat. And then I was just trying to find a cute pose to kind of, still kind of set the scene of this character. In the end, I just did a pretty basic pose that I think that kind of helped portray their design. I think if we had the ability as dorms to change our fur color, I think a really cool idea actually would have been to make Happy from Fairy Tail. I think that would have been actually a lot of fun. But since we don't, I figured this was about as close as I could get to another anime character. So that's another hint for you that this is from an anime. It's actually from an anime and a manga. It's actually a pretty big franchise. After I completed my dorm costume, I had actually decided to hop on the CBT. It gave me some more options to play with, and also helped me get some more ideas. So this one I had decided to base around the hair that I found. I actually really like this taekwondo hair. I don't usually wear a lot of other hairstyle kind of headwear. But this one seemed really spot on for what I was looking for. The costume I chose, if I had the chance, the body part would be more like the trimming color, but I only have so many options to work with. I was trying to find a back piece to help show the powers that this character has, as another hint for you, because she uses stone type of powers, because she uses kind of stone or gem type powers. And then the final part that I was trying to figure out was I was checking some animations to see if I could... There was something else I wanted to put on the face, actually, to kind of help bring her personality to life a little bit. I wasn't able to find an animation that I could work with for the idea that I had. I ended up not going with the red. As a hint, she has a very good friend that wears red, by the way. I would say her best friend wears a lot of red. So I'll tell you that as well. But I was pretty happy putting this one together. I was actually pretty thrilled once it started coming together. I ended up deciding to pick one more piece, and that is something that is very common that she carries around with her in a lot of her artwork, which is usually a very long pipe. So the closest we could get is just a pipe, but I was trying to see if maybe there was a fancier one. You know, like one of the fancier, like, female ones that they're much longer. She's very much about glamour type of style. So now it's time to choose the photo shoot spot, which I already had an idea of where to go. I went over to the area in Luoyang. I forgot what this building was called, but I remember just how fancy it looked inside. Like I said, she's known for being quite glamorous. She's known for having quite a bit of money. Surrounded by fancy things normally. And it was kind of fun because I think this background really suited the character almost way too well. I think it actually came out really good. It's always fun trying to play with the animations a little bit and seeing what you can bring out in a photo or character. I sometimes took 2 to 3 photos per character. Obviously, I only posted 1 per character on the quiz form itself, but that's what the video is for. The video is just to, you know, to give you all the hints you might need for each one. But I was really happy how this one came out. So right after the other one, I was messing around and I was originally trying to see if I could do maybe like almost like a Mega Man video game thing. I ended up not going in that direction because I had found this hair, and it's usually about the hair because I feel like so many hairstyles in this game, they change up your look so much. And I think this hairstyle is so perfect for this one character that I feel like she's well known, at least if you have played a particular game that I'm thinking of that features this character very often. And I was trying to find basically a lot of accessories that would suit her. That would suit her quite well. This one actually came together quite quickly because once I had the idea and then I was trying to find a costume that was red for her. I was trying to find just the right type of costume because she definitely wears a lot of red. She wears a lot of red. And she has fire powers. She's known to have fire powers, so I was trying to see kind of like, you know, glowy red things. And then I definitely found the perfect one. I still had to pick a costume. She's usually, you know, she's usually dressed for battle. I was even thinking some of the more recent costumes were actually pretty on point. Were actually very on point. I was like, dang, that's Stellara's costume. I didn't get it in red on this account. And then I tried this one. I said, oh, this is perfect. Like, this is it. This is the one. And I figured between the fiery shoulder pads and the fire bag, I think I had enough of her vibe going on. And then I just had to choose the photo shoot background. I ended up referencing some of her official artwork and got some ideas for her background. Just fiery stuff everywhere. Fiery stuff everywhere. She has a fiery personality and all that. So I knew Magma Dungeon was going to be perfect for her. It just suited her way too well. Since she's all about battles, I was trying to find the perfect kind of battle pose for her. And I was trying to go all out with these photo shoots here. One of the best parts of when you're doing a photo shoot is you can also still change the expression. She's always ready to get right in the middle of the action here. And these next two are going to be kind of recreations of some that I had thought up earlier this month already. I was trying to find the perfect headwear. Trying to find the perfect face wear. And then I had found it and it was absolutely glorious. It's great when you find just that right headwear or right face wear just for your look, or when you want to base a look right around something very specific. I put on a lot of wigs for this event. This one I have a little bit of creative license here on this one because I can only get so close. I can only get so close with this one. But I think the accessories really make it. I think the accessories make it pretty on point already, if I do say so myself. And for the photo shoot portion, I think that's also one of the biggest hits. When I did a different version of this photo before, I went to the library, but I felt like there wasn't enough of that magical vibe. Going on. So I was trying to see what was actually in the town. I decided to actually use that magic gate. If you remember from the other video. You know, the older magic gate from Once Upon a Time. Of course, I tend to get a ghost monster for some reason. I was even trying to think if I could implement maybe the fire into the photo if necessary. I figured kind of maybe like a fun close-up. Just a fun close-up would have been nice. If you ask me, I think the accessories really sell this one and put it all together. This last one I had to get a bit creative with because I'm not a main character this time. I'm more of a side or extra character. Might even say I'm more on the villainous side for this one. I had to get a little creative. I feel like the only thing missing that would have been so perfect is if we could have had something like droopy, tired eyes. I think that's the one thing that would have been so on point for this one. Otherwise, I'm kind of a punk, radical kind of character a little bit. I actually thought maybe the Genos eyes was gonna be on point, but I figured it might have actually been a bit too dark. And then for the other back and tail accessories, at first I thought maybe a backpack would have been really good. Usually characters in the series have a lot of backpacks. And then eventually I had remembered the piece that I thought really kind of helps. Like I said, they're kind of just a degenerate, kind of just causing mischief, so I figured a loud boombox would be perfect. This I actually thought could have even looked, I would say it looks like a character from that game series. I think it's actually really close. And then I had spotted something that I think could be basically a hint of itself. Trying to pick which area to take the photo at. I decided to pick the same area I did last time I did a similar photo with a very similar costume, and try to get a very similar kind of photo, which actually takes a little bit of setup. Because when you're trying to do a photo shoot and then you're trying to rely on random wandering monster creatures, it doesn't always work exactly how you want it to. And then it just takes a bit to just get the right angle for the photo. And then hoping these monsters do not run away. Well, I think the game series might be possibly obvious for this costume. I do wonder if people can figure out exactly which character, or at least kind of, you know, because it's, I'll say it's not a specific character, actually. I'm gonna say it's not a specific character. It's more of a group. It's more of a group name. I think these photos definitely show you the kind of look that I was trying to put together. Remember to fill out the form when you're ready to join the cosplay quiz. Triple check your region to make sure I can DM you if you win anything. And keep an eye on the channel for updates and the winners list. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you got inspired to also try some fun costume looks and also get some ideas for what to do this month with your friends or guild to celebrate. Thank you so much for watching. Do you have any questions? Feel free to let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video, it would be super appreciated if you could like and subscribe. I also have tips and info, ROM news over in the community tab. Be sure to hit the bell and be notified to never miss out. I hope I see you again in the next video. Until next time, adventure, let's guard the eternal love together.